Welcome back to the Sound for More channel. It's Leo speaking. Today we are going to cover MIDI regions and other regions as well in Logic Pro for iPad. Before I continue, I would like to remind my viewers to subscribe as it helps with growing the channel. Thank you very much. Okay, we are inside Logic Pro on an iPad Pro M1. Let's create a new project of type tracks. Okay, let's create a MIDI track and let's ensure that we have a default patch. Yep, let's click on create. Perfect, so we have now a new track and let's test it. Perfect, we have some sounds. Okay, so what I want to discuss today and show you is how you create regions, different type of regions on your track editor. This is your track editor. So we have a MIDI track at the moment, which is called Deluxe Classic. Okay, so remember you can gain a little bit more space, just click and drag in, like so, click, hold and drag left and right. And also you can customize the track header here. If you click on the three dots, you can show the output track if you like. And you can also customize the track header. So for example, you can have the on and off button, the freeze button as well, and also the track color as you prefer. Okay, so regions are created here on the track view. So the way you do that is just click and it will say create MIDI region, create pattern region, create drummer region. Okay, so this is the track view, and as you can see you have a ruler, and you can, if you click between this part and this part here in the middle in the ruler, you can position the playhead. This is the playhead, and you can click and hold on the playhead and also move it as well. Okay, and that's important to know because it's relevant to regions. Additionally, you can establish a playing loop like so. You see this gray part, which is different for bar 1 to 4. Then after bar number 4, if you click up here, you establish a loop between bars 1 to 4, and the loop symbol is also active here, which you can deactivate it just clicking on there or just clicking here. And if you click the looping itself here, it remembers the previous selection. Of course, you can also decide to have a custom loop like so. Okay, and click again to deactivate it. Perfect. So let's go back to MIDI region. Click here where the playhead is and select create MIDI region. As you can see, the MIDI region has been created on the playhead position. Okay. So now let's establish a loop like so for 4 bars. If you are on trim mode here you have a set of function buttons. So make sure you're on the first one, trim mode. If you click and hold, you can move the track like so, right? In different position. Now, if you click and hold for too long, you have this behavior like so. It's a drag to a track header or drum pad, etc. That's not the behavior you want. Just click for a bit and then you can, as soon you see, until you see the yellow and then yellow colors around the MIDI region, and then you can drag and drop. So you can see how useful it is to know where the playhead is. So if I want to create another MIDI region here, I just move the playhead there, click again to deactivate this MIDI region, click again here, select create MIDI region, and I have created another MIDI region itself. Now, if you don't like the name of the MIDI region, you can see up here there is a name. Just click down here on the inspector, okay, and expand general, and then click where it says the Deluxe Classic, and therefore you can, for example, choose a different name, track number 1, enter, and you see it says T1 there. Let's close the inspector now. Okay, so something else as well before we continue. Go to the setting here, select settings, and go to, make sure you are on the app settings here, select recording, and make sure that for cycle on and cycle off for now you have merge, okay, not create a take folder, which I will explain in another tutorial. Click them. Okay, so now let's position my playhead here and let's record something. Of course, I have only one track. By default, Logic Pro knows that this is the one which I want to record on. You see these, the letter R in red already. So we have countdown 1 to 4. Let's click record, and then we'll record something. Click stop. As you can see, I have created another regions with some notes, and all the other regions have been replaced. And the reason that they've been replaced is because up here on the settings under recording, when the cycle is off, it says merge with anything is behind. Otherwise, it would have taken another recording. Okay, so, but this is useful because it now gives me the opportunity to do something with this region, which is quite wide. You can see at the beginning, there is nothing, just some empty silence. Click here on the trim option and click on the side, and you can trim it like so. And then, of course, you can move it back like so. Okay, perfect. So that's very nice. The other thing you can do, if you want these to be repeated, and let's make sure that it is actually only 2 bars like so. If you wanted to have it repeated, just click on the loop here and click and hold and move, and it will repeat. It's not copied, it's just this region will be repeated as a plane after bar 2. And then the loop restarts. Okay, let's position the loop back to where it was, or alternatively, you can also click undo up here. Now, the other thing that you can do, actually, let's click undo, undo again, and undo again, and undo again, again, and again, until we get to this view. The reason is that I want to do a cut now. I want to cut this part here instead of trimming it, okay? So how do I do that? Well, first I position my playhead there. I click on the scissor, then I click again on the MIDI region, then I click where the scissor is, click and hold, and then as you hold it, moving down, like so, okay? And you can see also that it has done a zoom in because it took a little bit longer before I made the cut. So now let's go back to trimming mode, and you can see I have 2 regions now, like so. I can click or select this region, select that again, and then select delete, and I have only 1 region, which is really, really nice. Okay, something else as well, you have a stretching option here, and you can see is stretching the area. So what it does, it makes sure for this region, which is based on MIDI event, that the plane is covered within the 4 bars instead of 2. So it makes the distance between the different MIDI events wider or longer. Okay, and of course you can change that like so. Play again, rewind, play. Okay, really nice. So now we know how to trim, loop, cut with a scissor or stretch. Okay, so that's really nice. Okay, let's now say that I want to copy these regions. So how do I do that? Well, I'm in trimming mode. I click on the region again to activate it if it's not activated, or if it is already activated, you have this menu appearing. I select copy, then I position where I want the paste to happen. So I position my playhead there, then click again to deactivate this region, click again, and it will give me these 2 options, paste at playhead, which is this position, or paste at the original position. So I'm going to select paste at playhead. Okay, that's how it works. Now let's click undo. There is another option, which is quite nice. You can see this symbol here for copy. So click there, click copy, and you see it is activated now. Click and hold and move, and you have a perfect copy. And when you're finished, you do that. Really nice. Something else as well. You can, of course, select different regions, but only one at a time. If you want to select the multiple, click here, and therefore you can see you have 2 selected, of course. So it becomes really, really handy. Now, I showed you how you can select multiple track, copy and paste, stretching, etc. on a MIDI track. Now, let's say that you can do that also on audio tracks as well, as I will show you in a second. Or you can also select multiple regions on multiple tracks. So let's click here to duplicate this track. We have the multi-select here option on. You can see I can select the multiple tracks. And when I finish, then I can go back, click here, and then click again. And then, for example, I can delete both tracks if I want to. Okay? Now let's select only this track. Let's click again, and then let's select delete. Okay, now let's go to plus, and let's click here under audio track, and let's ensure that we create just a simple default audio patch. Yeah, why not? Let's click create. Okay, so here we have an audio track. Let's go and open the browser. Let's go to sample. Okay, let's pick up a sample. That's nice. Click and hold and drag somewhere, wherever you like, here on the track view corresponding to the audio track. Of course, you cannot do up here because that is a MIDI track. Okay, let's close now the browser. Let's close again the play surface. So this is a different region, of course, because it contains an audio instead of MIDI information. Now, these last 3 bars, okay, but I could go to stretch and say stretch it to 2. So that's one. So the same function buttons operate as well on audio regions as well. Let's do it for 1 bar. Really nice. Or let's stretch it really long, 4 bars. So as you can hear, it didn't change the pitch, but it made it, of course, longer. Okay. You can, of course, move, and let's go select again trim. You can also move tracks, and you can move them up and down. Of course, if you move them, if you move an audio track up here on a MIDI track, let's see what happens. Oops. Yep. You see the audio is not playing because you put the audio region inside a MIDI track, okay, and that's why it doesn't work. At the same time, you could actually move this MIDI region down here to an audio track. Again, you will have the same, same problem. So the MIDI region will not play because it is associated to, or it is inside an audio track for which you don't have an associated software instrument, which it is in this case on the first track. Okay, so I hope you enjoy the tutorial, and as always, see you next time. Bye.